All right, so your surgeon's always going to tell you to avoid the sun right after surgery, but why? Does it really matter? And the answer is it does. It could actually really affect your surgical results. Let's review a couple key things, kind of what's going on here. So the sun's making a little UV light from biology class. We've got our little DNA, and a really interesting thing that can happen, the UV light can actually cause a mutation where the thymine actually binds to itself and creates an actual mutation, which is going to actually cause some issues with protein synthesis, which can affect healing. Also, and sometimes more importantly, is that the sun's going to create some UV light, and in a fresh sort of healing area, your cells are hyperactive. And one of the cells that we have in our skin, we've got epidermis here, and I've got dermis here, that's the two layers to our skin, is something called the melanocytes. And the melanocytes make melanin, which is essentially pigment. We all have it. Now, because they're so hyperactive, that even a little bit of UV light will have this melanocyte lay down more melanin relative to your amount that you make. So what you will actually get is a darker scar, and the scar will become more noticeable because it is darker, and it's actually really hard to treat once it darkens like that. We do have treatment methods, but sometimes we can't always get all that melanin out. So what do we want you to do? For that first year when you're outside, cover your scars. Just try to keep them covered. Let them not be seen to avoid that UV light, to avoid that hyperpigmentation or that scar darkening from the effects of the sun on those melanocytes. That's why we tell you to stay out of the sun, and that's why it could potentially ruin a really good result.